Alright, so back over here, what we need to do next is to start enumerating the SNS and see what we can use to go further. Alright, I feel like I'm repeating myself. Alright, let's go here. Alright, and by the way, full disclosure, I'm looking at my previous notes. Although I'm doing new notes during the walkthrough, I'm looking at my previous notes to make sure that I'm not losing track of the things that I actually did during when I was doing the challenge. Alright, so of course you're gonna list all of the things that you're able to do in your notes if you want to take it outside of the code block, right? So then now we're gonna do SNS enumeration. Let me get rid of this because this is a bit troublesome. Let's get that out the way. Alright, so for the SNS enumeration, remember that the user is able to list topics. So that was the first thing that I did. So to do that you will say AWS SNS list topics. Then you're gonna put region, which is US East 1, and the profile I'm using is SNS secrets. Alright, so I think I made another typo, guys. Let me just save us the trouble. Alright, I think I'm good. Yeah, so this information, I did research. I used ChatGPT, I used Google, and I found a couple commands. So everything here is full disclosure, right? So I found a couple commands, and this was one of them to list the topics, right? So now once you hit enter, what did I do? Alright, let's do this again. Alright, so AWS SNS list topics region US East 1. The profile is SNS secrets. Alright, I don't know what happened just now, but I'm gonna run it another time to see if I got it right. Okay, so now as you can see, we have a topic here, and this is more information that we can add to our notes. So real quickly, I'm gonna jump over to my notes and add this information. Alright, so we're back on my notes here, and I want to say list topics, and of course we're copying everything. So what this does with Notion is that when you have the code block here, instead of taking a picture, you can extract the information. You can also go there, make changes, extract the information and paste it elsewhere and so on. So I really prefer this method. For some things I can take a screenshot and put it there for evidentiary purposes and so on, and then I can also use a code block. So anyway, so from here, let's go back to our terminal. So from here, we're going to continue enumerating until we get as much as we can. But I'm going through exactly what I did. So that's the reason. So what happened is, based on Tyler's walkthrough, I think I use a different method. I use the webhook instead of subscribing with the email. And because of the way I did it, I did it kind of backwards, but you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. Alright, so the next step from here, let me go back here to see what I did next. So after getting this information, I had a topic and I'm like, yes, I feel like I'm getting somewhere. So now, based on the research that I did, I found out that you can also list subscriptions by topic, right? So what I did was I tried to get that query going. So let's do that. To do that, it's AWS SNS list topic by subscription. Oh, sorry, that's not what it is. It's list subscriptions by topic. By topic. And then you have topic ARN. And the topic ARN would come from here. Right, so this is the topic ARN. Should copy this one and put it in there. Topic ARN. And of course, last but not least, would be your profile. SNS secrets. Oh man. Alright. Lord, please help me to type properly. Help me to improve my typing skills. Alright, I need to go here instead of BT, I need to do list by topic. Let me read through this to make sure that it's good this time. SNS list subscriptions by topic, topic ARN. Alright, I think we're good. Alright, so as you can see, we have no topics by subscription here. So from there, what I did was I also tried to do other queries, like listing all subscriptions based on the profile, and that would be AWS SNS list subscriptions, the region US East 1, profile SNS secrets, and when I hit that, it says authorization error. An error occurred when calling the list subscription operation. User ARN is not authorized to perform list subscription. And at this point, I had a thought, you know, which should have been intuitive, but hey. So based on the permissions, I said, why not just do my queries based on the permissions that I'm seeing in there? So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna stick to that. And from there, I decided to look on the permissions. So let's look quickly at the permissions that we have here. Let's go back to my notes to see what these permissions are. So as you can see here, you can subscribe, receive, list subscriptions by topic, which we did, list topics, which we did, get topic attributes. This is one that I wanted to try once I saw that. So let's go over back to the terminal and see if we can do that. Now, what's the syntax for that? I have to refer to my notes. I don't remember it verbatim because these commands, they're very long. So let me go back to my notes here. AWS SNS get topic attributes then you need the topic ARN, and the topic ARN is here, so I can just grab it from here. You paste that, and you need the profile, of course, SNS secrets. Alright, so we have more information here, and of course you want to copy all of this and put it in your notes. Alright, let's grab all of this, copy, and go over to our notes here. So the get topic attributes. Alright, so once we have that, we have to figure out where are we going from here. So as I said, I'm looking at all of the permissions that this user has. So I asked myself, what can I do next from this point? So on my research, in my research with ChatGPT, what I did was try to find out what are the things I can do based on the information that I have. And the feedback that I got is that I could subscribe. Now subscribe to, since I have these permissions, I could try subscribing by either creating what's called a SQS queue, but I didn't see those under the permissions, so I assumed that that would be denied. And I did try it just for trying sake, and it did not work as I anticipated. Now the next option that I had was to create a webhook to receive an SNS message, and that's exactly what I did. So to do that, you just need to go to the webhooks site, and it's simply typing in webhook.site, and from here you're gonna create once you go in here, it looks like I still have my webhook that's here. Let's create a new URL. So let's go to new, and let's create a new URL. Alright, so this is your URL, your webhook, and this, as you can see here, it's waiting for a request. So this would be like an email address or something, but this belongs to you. So they're waiting now for you to get a request. Okay, so let's go back to our command line here, and there is a syntax for you to subscribe to the topic. So let me check in my notes so I can get this syntax and we can carry out this. So to do that, let's do AWS SNS subscribe, and then topic ARN, and we just need to put the topic ARN here. Paste this, and then we're using, you have to list the protocol that you're using, which is HTTPS, and then your notification endpoint, So as I said earlier about the SNS, when I was talking about SNS, so this would be the endpoint, the webhook that we have here. This would be your endpoint. So this is going to allow you to get the messages because you're connecting your endpoint to the topic. Alright, so the notification endpoint is going to be your webhook URL. So let's go over here and get our URL so that we can paste it in here. Let's get the URL. So let's copy this to clipboard. And we paste that here. And what else do we need? We need, of course, we need our profile. How could I forget that? So let's do profile SNS secrets, and let's check this again to see if I have any typos. AWS SNS subscribe, topic ARN, you have the ARN here, protocol, notification endpoint, that's our web. Alright, I think we're all set, so let's fire this off. Alright, and as you can see here, right away, there's a post that came in. Let's go over to our webhook. As you can see here, let's take a look at what this is saying. So this is the content here, subscription confirmation, and you have a message ID token. So let's read the message that is saying here. You have chosen to subscribe to the topic ARN, and the topic ARN is there. To confirm the subscription, visit the subscribe URL included in this message, and they have the URL here. So let's